Hello. I'm audible, I think. Hey, everybody. You won't see a game yet because it's not running yet. It's got a cool opening sequence. Howdy. All right. Centering myself. Welcome. My name is Gregory Avery Weir, and I am half of Future Proof Games. We are a video game and a tabletop. We're a game studio. We do various kinds of games. The other half of Future Proof Games is Melissa, Avery MD, in chat. They will be moderating and tossing in links and stuff like that. So thank you very much for your assistance there. I am going to be like retweeting social media and stuff for a second, but to give you just a real quick idea of what's going on and what we'll be doing, you can find all of our stuff at futureproofgames.com and post now. And we are going to be playing Haven. I did not note down all of the info on it. It is by studio with a cute name that we will see when we start the game up. This is actually, let me just pull up the metadata on the Steam store page. That's easy enough to get. Game Bakers. I had that in my head and I was like, I don't know if that's right, so I'm not going to say it out loud. This came out late 2020. And I didn't put a content warning in for this, but there's going to be mild sexual content here. Like, it's about a couple, and they're going to talk about sex, and they clearly fuck. So, heads up if you're sex averse or anything like that. Retweet. Excellent. So, let's get this started, because the opening animation looks like it's going to be super cute. So, start the game. I have a new Bluetooth dongle that I installed an hour ago. It seems to be working great, but I can have my eye on it. Everything might break forever. No sound yet. This is great. This is gorgeous. Puts me in mind of like more experimental anime that I've seen. Like the moving textures and the very bold colors. Is this looping? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. You're kissing a whole lot. Okay. Something you just don't see in video games. So, stylistically, great. I love it. I've never played this game before. I've thought it looked cool in kind of promotional materials, but haven't played it. So, this is kind of a strange game. It is a primarily single-player game, but I will be controlling two people. And it's got a co-op mode, but that seems to be kind of thing that made sense to add rather than the kind of intended way to play it. All right, let's get started. Haven. I like this. They've got people in essentially identical styles. Like they've got basically the same people but different genders. So you can play as femme and mask. You can play as femme and femme, various degrees of hardness, and you can play as mask and mask. I'll go with the default canonical pairing. This music reminds me of the soundtrack to Neon Struct. Sort of like wall of music. I really like how they designed the how the outfits shift, where it's like clearly these are the same styles, right? Like the people's personal style is pretty consistent. I'm gonna turn up. I hear that my voice is pretty loud. I'm gonna real quick pump the game a little bit, not fully because I do have the music turned down for it. But let's see how this goes. Okay, music's going in yellow, which means voice is probably gonna go into red. I think we're good. Okay, let's get started. Haven is not a challenging game. We recommend starting with the default difficulty level. Okay. Default. They've got some accessibility options and so on. I glanced over them, didn't see any that I wanted to enable for myself, but looks like there's some decent stuff. Did turn on subtitles. Had to lock my chair. Dinner. Unclear. Solids going into dinner.
What's that you got cooking?
Apple dew stew with apple dews.
They were apple dews.
Didn't we have that yesterday? Or the day before?
No. Yesterday, it was baked apple dew with apple dews, and the day before, it was fried apple dews.
I'm concerned about nutrition.
I remember now.
Sorry, I'm doing what I can to switch up our meals.
Apple dews don't sound high protein.
Pretty limited set of ingredients.
I think no offense to you, you were in fact complaining.
No offense to you. I'm just getting a little bit tired of the apple dews.
Well, I guess we'll just have to go for another forage, in case we missed anything. Oh, did you have a chance to look at the engine?
Yeah. It does seem like it took some damage upon landing, but I should be able to fix that real quick.
I also have some good news. I don't know what it is.
I also have some good news.
What's that?
I love you.
Cute. The idea of like running both members of a conversation, and I would call this, this is mild sexual content, yeah.
Oh, with the lights off? Works for me.
No, I didn't do that.
There's no nudity.
You must have run out of flow.
There's, I think, maybe
Supposed to charge up the nest today?
you see a swimsuit at one point or something like that.
I can't do everything.
No worries.
Bare
I'll
dude
go
chest.
get some more outside.
Something like that.
If I'm lucky, I'll stumble upon something to spice up the apple dews.
It's very interesting that they do lip movements for the voices for both the character portraits and the 3D models. All right, so I switch characters. Okay. Walk. 5 seconds, okay. They follow me around. Hold RT to glide, okay. Cool. So we can just kind of fly. Hold the left stick down to do a U-turn. Glide. Oh, did not, okay. I clicked, but it's just push back on the left stick. Okay.
Over there, a flow thread.
We're kind of tracing it.
Although it seems like
Okay.
one thread won't be enough.
No worries, we'll find others.
This is interesting. It's kind of like I'm driving a car. Can I go off the edge? This wasn't what you expected? What did you expect? Okay, so I will just avoid the edge.
How many more do you think we need?
I don't know. 3? Maybe 4?
What are these things? Are these apple dews? Those are apple dews. I like the, I don't know. The dropping to a real slow walk is interesting.
Good thing there are plenty of flow threads around here.
Yeah, I can see seeing the trailer to this and being like, oh, that's going to be in... Okay. Oh, I can drift. Okay. It's being like, that's going to be in a cutscene or something. Okay. So if I drift... Okay. Feels like drifting. Cool. So yeah, we're basically cars, which is cool.
It's crucial. It allows you to change direction without having to stop all the time. 1 or 2 more threads, and we'll be all set.
I like I don't know if it's an argument or bickering, but like the mild ribbing about technique, like that feels very authentic. Or like when you've got someone you care about, especially this feels like a new relationship to me, and you are still kind of figuring each other out, and so everything's couched and is relatively joking in tone, just in case someone is bugged by what you're saying.
All right, I'm all charged up.
Me too. We can go when you're ready.
I've been listening a lot to the Road to Palisade from Friends at the Table, and they're going for a very they're sci-fi, but there's sort of magic-y tech around.
Slow. We're not going anywhere.
I was walking just to... Okay. I was walking to get close. Oh. This reminds me of some of the tech that I expect to show up in Palisade.
All good. This should last us a few days.
Now it's our turn to fill up.
Huh?
I'm hungry.
Okay, so I can kind of move. Okay, so I'm moving my camera in sort of first-person shootery form, but I'm not controlling a character. I'm just a camera. Is there anything interesting here? Just looking around this spaceship. Yeah, let's inspect.
We'll never be able to take off in these conditions. We absolutely have to finish repairing the nest.
So this planet is broken large scale. That shattered hole is presumably this shattered hole outside. Okay. I hope I'm not moving the camera too quickly.
Do you need anything?
No.
Huh. Me neither.
Okay. Can I? Okay, I can quote unquote run by holding right trigger. Yeah, I am using a controller. This supports mouse and keyboard, but it really sounds like they designed it for controller. And with the feel of it, since I'm kind of driving around, it feels better to me. I think I would dislike keyboard and mouse for this game. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so I'm picking ingredients, it seems. Roasted apple dews, huh? And it's like we're cooking together. Like one side of the controller is one thing, the other side is the other person. And that's cool. Let's eat it. It's apple dews with apple dews. Roasted apple dews with apple dews.
Done. Roasted apple dews with apple dews.
I can't tell if you're actually excited about this, or if you just enjoy seeing me suffer.
So this writing is little mouth noises. Misophonia warning.
How long do you think this is gonna last?
The flow? Well, if we keep our consumption in check, I think a few days.
No, I meant us. Us
Writing's
here.
good. I'll talk about it in a
How
sec.
long until they come get us?
Do we have to talk about this?
So this feels sort of schmaltzy a little bit, right? Like it's a romance game, clearly, about an established relationship. And so some of the lovey-dovey stuff is a little like, all right. But I think it feels, combination of the writing and the acting feels real, like, believable. Doesn't feel video gamey, you know what I mean? Except for the part where it was like, oh, we're moving so slowly when we were like 5 steps from the door. That one was a little like, I understand how that line is triggered. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need to.
We are going to need to at some point. We need to be prepared.
Move on.
We need a plan.
I'm planning on finishing my plate without hearing about the apiary. Is that okay?
Okay.
So we're kind of tracking some stats.
You are the one that ruined the mood, not me.
So we're building that thing that looks like blue and red together, and I wonder if that's like relationship strength or something, or I don't know, maybe relationship tension. Okay. Yeah, so I can run. I'm also trying not to turn the camera too fast because, like, I think too much swinging would be disorienting to folks watching the stream. I guess it's probably sleep time, huh?
You?
All right, let's talk about it. Fine.
I was just gonna ask if you could switch off the light.
Oh.
You've been mulling it over this whole time?
Of course I've been mulling it over this whole time. Thank you for adding one more thing to my mind.
Hold on, are you telling me you hadn't thought about it before?
You know what? No, I hadn't thought about it. I'm trying not to think about the apiary. Enjoy what we have here, even if it isn't much. Do you really think that they can come get us here?
If we could take the flow bridge here, then so can they.
But there's no way they can
These folks
know where
are
we are. Is there?
fleeing from the
Cut off the
apiary.
autonav, the astrolock. Even the landing was all manual.
I'm just saying, let's prepare for the worst.
Oof. Hardcore. Kill them.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa, you.
What? If that's what it takes not to go back, I'll do it.
If someone's holding you prisoner, we don't know the backstory. But if someone's genuinely holding you prisoner,
Send
yeah.
more guys. We'll be far away.
You're seriously not considering...
Maybe not. Maybe
If
I
that's
am.
your only option.
At worst, we'll know.
You're scaring me.
Oh, come on.
The twin lip animation is tripping me out.
I'm not sure how I should take this.
Well, take me in your arms for a start.
I wonder if this is like a feeling Romeo and Juliet, right? I wonder if this is like an ethnic split or a political split. I mean, obviously ethnic splits are political splits, but you know what I mean. Are they on opposing sides of a war, or are they on opposing sides of a
You aren't dressed yet?
structural
Put on my pajamas.
I mean, to get out.
class struggle,
See, I was just
race
wondering,
struggle.
do we have to get out? Can't we just hang in the nest for once? Lounge around, read a book, watch a movie?
Nest is the ship.
We don't have movies.
Right, sure, but you know what I mean.
You can stay if you want. Yeah, Kay strikes me as more practical than you. Kay's being like, we got apple dews, we're eating apple dews. We might have to move on, and use like, I don't want to, fine, I'll kill them. Like, a little more stubborn, but also mercenary.
You can stay if you want. You get some rest, and I'll gather provisions. I don't mind.
But staying here alone sucks.
So, you'll come with me?
Or you could stay.
And you go get food?
What? No?
Then, who?
All right. Never mind. I'll get dressed. Let's go.
I like the style. I feel like I've seen it in a bunch of bits of like sci-fi and fantasy recently. The hairstyle of like a long braid or a long thing of hair with a metal ring or buckle or something hanging off of it. That's not a thing that I feel like I've seen in real life. I don't know whether there are Earth cultures that do that, but it's cool. You has, I can see U's like front side bangs have that metal thing in them, and then I guess maybe the end of her ponytail also, yeah. There, I don't know if I should be like looking around for anything inside the ship. Oh, playing video games.
Do you remember where the apple dews were?
Could we try and pick something else for a change?
I feel like I should be taking that, like, Kay should be taking the lead here. Do we have, I feel like we should have a jump or something. I think I'm still in the tutorial because I feel like I should have more resources to keep track of.
It's shaking. It's shaking a lot.
Those apple dews looked great, but if I'd only eaten them for weeks, I'd be upset. I like these inner level art that are like, they look like AU fan art or something. Like these are them in Earth tech. My controller's rumbling something fierce. Oh no, that's the ship. That's our home. Welp.
Is it over?
Seems like it. Anything broken?
No, I don't think so. Well, except...
Our house.
It's not all lost.
Well, it is. A bit.
Look, we can always search the islet, try and find a way to get to the other side.
Such as...
I don't know. A rope, a jetpack, spring-loaded shoes, anything.
Let's not be defeatist.
I don't want to...
Even though it means complaining more.
It sucks.
Me neither. That's why we'll have to find something.
Okay.
She did not gain. Oh, weird. There's cables holding this together. She did not gain confidence. We are definitely going to get back there. You do not make that entire environment for one scene. Okay, so we can... Right, drifting lets me turn. How does this work? Do I... Okay. Can we... We could take a cable around. That doesn't seem like the best solution. Oh, this is a small-ass island. Okay. Do we have... I haven't been told about a jump button or anything yet. Penalty while gliding drift. Know about that bit. Oh.
I think I found something.
Huh?
Call me crazy, but this looks like a Bluton.
Yup, it looks like a flow bridge. Kind of like the one we took to get here. But...
Bluting?
Is that possible?
I think why not?
Why not? We still don't really know how the flow bridges work in space, but if the phenomenon can happen on a macro scale, then why not on this one? If there can be flow between two planets, why not two bits of a planet?
Is this in the
If this really is a flow bridge, I'm not sure what we're waiting for.
What?
same world as that
Linking one place to another.
archaeology game?
So this one definitely leads someplace.
Wait, you
Flow
wanna
bridges
just get
connecting
on there
places?
without knowing where it goes?
It goes elsewhere. I think that's as good a start as any.
Seems reasonable to me. Oh. Very cute loading images.
Do we have everyone? Okay?
Here.
Then we're good.
Looks like we're on another islet.
Yeah. The bridge seems to be a link between the islets. If there are any others like this, we may be able to get back to the nest.
We got a critter.
Do you see what I'm seeing?
A big ugly lizard?
No, the mushrooms on its back. Looks like a type of Hygroscybrubicins.
Ah. Is that good news? Like, can we eat it?
Oof, not at all.
I'm getting class vibes here.
Your kidneys.
Maybe K is lower class and U is higher class.
The movements of the lizard are helping spread the spores.
She's sort of got,
As far as what the lizard is gaining, I'll have to study that closer.
like, sheltered from the world vibes.
Maybe it doesn't even know. Maybe we should tell it.
No way. You don't get in the way of Mother Nature's plans.
It's not how
I'll make
nature
sure I
works.
remember that
Doesn't have
next time you
plans.
have salad stuck in your teeth.
Hey, buddy. Is this just... Okay, yeah. It's just gonna keep going until I stop it.
Oh, sorry, birds. We didn't see you. Seems like our
Another flow bridge.
wasn't a unique occurrence.
Good, because those things are really useful.
Do I have... Okay. Dialogue log. Inventory. Stuff, which is different. So K has some sort of amnesia. Got all sorts of abilities that haven't been explained yet. Okay, I don't see a map. Okay. I'm gonna look around this place before I take that bridge.
Have you ever seen such a thing?
No, never. Must be an endemic species. I wonder if it's edible.
Go ahead. Taste it.
Why should I be the one to test it?
Your body mass is higher, so you have better resistance to poison. And also,
Sensible.
you saw them first. I wouldn't dream of stealing the discovery from you. Think about it. You'll be the first person in the universe to ingest these berries. If you won't do it for us, please, do it for science, Kay.
Okay. For science.
Take a small bite.
Is it that bad?
No. Ooh, no. It's just very peppery.
Let me taste. Oh yeah, these are good actually. You really have an infant's palate. Off we go. Let's pick
Just
these.
real quick.
Not sure these will go great with the
I'm
apple
gonna.
dew. But where there's a
Lissa, could you add a misophonia warning to
Go
the
great with apple dews.
title? I'd appreciate it.
This is a pretty one.
Can I grab things like on the run? I can. Okay.
Watch out.
Oh.
I'm not sure our boots will fare too well in the water.
Oh, could they get damaged?
No way. They're waterproof. But you won't exactly
Thank you.
grip the track underwater.
Do I have our variable speed control? No. Okay, I think I can move on to the next place. Drive-by scratching, maybe? Okay. Move on to the next island? I hope I get a map at some point. Oh, there's a thing in the fact that's like, a map unlocks later on.
Wow. That's... Actually, what is that?
We should take a closer look.
Any idea what's underneath our feet, Mr. Geologist?
I'm a biologist.
Isn't that the same thing?
Biology, the living, geology, the rocks.
And what makes you think this is not living, pray tell?
Hey, you, don't...
Dust deposition. Some kind of rust. And it looks like this kind of rust is particularly sensitive to flow.
Don't do that.
What?
Look beneath your feet.
Oh, there's vegetation underneath. It was probably smothered.
Good thing we came this way.
So we can clean up this stuff? Yeah, oh, and get fine rust.
Study it.
Huh. Okay. Different stuff. Yeah, rattle pepper. I like good spice. Oh, there was something to pick up back there? The fact that I kind of can't, I can only sort of slow down is interesting.
Saw that.
I wonder if there's any, like, reason to pick one person over another.
Another flow bridge.
That's great. It means there must be others. If we're lucky, they'll bring us back to the nest.
This game definitely, I can see the game design challenges here and like, how do we make this readable with all this like turning and all of this? Like, just thinking because
Shrubs are completely covered.
when that flow bridge showed up, they were like, flow bridge, but I didn't actually see it on screen. Oh, I just tugged. How did that happen? Is it just walking up to them? I don't know. You just do it when we idle? I'll have to keep an eye out for it. Like games where you can trigger hugs. Alright. Is this stuff growing?
That was the last one.
Okay, no.
Clearly. We're breathing a lot easier without all this rust.
I'm gonna check out the top of this mountain before I leave. If I can. No, I don't see an easy way to get up there. Okay. Some of the movement on the weirder surfaces seems a little janky. I'm not sure how one would even fix that.
We should find the nest if we keep going north.
Explain to me how you know which way north is on this planet?
I need you to stop acting like a know-it-all when she knows nothing. Oh, what the fuck is that? Hey, buddy. Hey.
Come on. Don't be scared.
A big bug like you.
It is not a good look to be like, how do you know which way north is? And then be like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, hey, why don't you do one or the other? Let someone be an expert or don't. Perhaps she is feeling a little insecure. This may get addressed in the plotline. I'm excited to see what her strengths are, because so far she's kind of just complained.
Mine too. We need to find a flow thread.
Okay, so cleaning up rust, which I'm going to assume all of this is rust, takes flow. I don't actually see any flow. They're like little blue bubbly things on the ground, right? There.
Caught me a thread.
Okay. Missed the end of it, but got some flow. Oh, and I can resume it, it looks like. Still getting used to these controls. Yeah. I mean, Lucy, you're saying you didn't like the eating poisonous mushrooms part. I can understand it as a, well, we're gonna need to experiment some to find food on this planet. If like that sort of decision seems fine to me, but like it's the tone with which it was presented that bugs me. Okay. I don't yet know how to read this flow meter in the upper left. Seems like blue is more flow and red is less.
You mean really cool?
Is the cool part that we can go over water? But the flow went over water? I want more information on what these weird devices and cables are. Okay, can't easily get up there. There's something kind of up on that plateau. Okay, and there's a whole ass structure over there. Yeah, I think the animal design is very cute. I like how the animals all seem to be like hybrids of animals and some sort of sessile life, like mushrooms or plants. That's kind of cool.
I thought this planet was supposed to be a desert.
Deserted, not a desert. According to the archives, a colonization plan had been considered.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
with Exonova
her to be
but the
good at something.
planet's eventually classified as inhospitable.
Let me guess. High seismic activity?
I don't know. The file doesn't say anything about that.
I hope we don't have any more unpleasant surprises.
Maybe she's the techie person? I forget if she weighed in more on that, on the, like, how are we going to fix our ship part? Is this something I can interact with?
Hey.
Just don't complain when I'm going slow. That's gonna be grating if it happens more than once. If any of those exchanges repeat, I am going to be super fucking annoyed. Because sometimes I want to walk around slowly and examine something. So I didn't get a all rust cleaned up message. So I guess that I haven't cleaned everything up.
Boba nuts? Aren't we the lucky ones?
What are they?
You've never heard of boba nuts? They're one of the most nutritious nuts. 25% carbohydrates, 50% protein, 75% lipids.
That adds up to 150%.
Precisely. A great mystery of modern science.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
Maybe. But once you have a taste of my boba salad, you will forget all about it.
I like boba. It doesn't involve nuts when I eat it, but
Make sure they don't get
maybe that's my mistake. All right, so I can take that, but I'll leave this area. Ah, there's a patch.
All clean.
Okay, cool. Can I get up there from here? No, I have to take the long way. I like this kind of following a combo line. Feels a little, I don't know, Tony Hawk-ish. Like, I think one of the great challenges of any, like, exploration, interesting movement game is it could get super fucking boring to just, like, be moving around, and stuff like follow this line to get a little extra something, or to refill your stuff is a good way to, like, keep you engaged the whole time.
We're here. We found the nest.
It is providing friction, if you will, or to use a term I have not yet defined publicly, renegation.
Whoa. There is no way this thing is flying again.
Don't say that. You could make a rock fly.
Okay, so she is the techie person. Good.
Maybe. But not this one. Both wings are wasted. The propellers were ripped off. And I'm not even done checking the inside.
We weren't really planning on leaving, were we? We don't really have another place to go anyway.
I'm tired. Why are we always so unlucky?
We're gonna get a flashback.
Why are you laughing?
Hold on. We decide to escape the apiary, which apparently no one has managed to do before us. We punch in some coordinates really at random, only because some obscure document from Exonova vaguely attested to the existence of a habitable planet. By some kind of miracle, we crossed the boundaries of the apiary without getting caught. We travel.
An apiary is a
in Class D
place where
ship
bees are
that's
kept.
Totally not designed for that. And in spite of the fact that this is not all terrain, we land without breaking anything. We find food and flow on site even though we hadn't really planned for it. Finally, we get hit with an earthquake, all right, but we get out of it unscathed. The only real consequence is that the nest is a little bit busted. And you think that we're unlucky? We are the luckiest people in the universe.
That's one way to see it.
This planet is our chance to start a new life. With our own rules. Away from the apiary, from the matchmaker and and I'd rather
Matchmaker.
earthquakes than risk being
So arranged marriages,
What
presumably.
did you say this planet was called again?
Source.
Source. The beginning of something.
Seems like it.
Curious what blute means. So, check inside, I think.
Whoa. What a mess. And now the nest is all akimbo. This
Good
feels
word.
weird.
Yeah. We'll need to find a way to correct that. But it can wait until tomorrow. I think we've had our share for the day. We deserve some time to relax. If you know what I mean.
You can do whatever you want, but I am going to bed.
Buddy, I would be way too exhausted for any you know what I mean. But we can
I'm not hungry.
put some oh,
I never
okay.
thought I would hear you say that in my whole life.
I guess my stomach has a deep connection to the nest condition.
Do you want to tidy up a bit?
No. Tomorrow. I don't feel strong enough right now.
I like this game very much feels like yeah, you know what I mean was terrible. This game feels like it has like a very strong thematic unity, like this is a game about relationships. Apparently their original plan was to have like a whole bunch of different relationships you could play, but like the fact that so much of it is about domesticity, about like cooking food and how do we get our house tidy and all of that, is very in keeping with the rest of the story they're telling, right? Like this isn't like, oh, this amazing romance that like is this fantasy thing that everything's going to go smoothly. It's like, well, we're together now. I guess we can't just fuck. We gotta eat. We gotta keep the place clean. Like all the things that come with having a live-in partner. Or really any partner that spends extended time at your place. Aw.
You okay? You? Wake up! It's okay. I'm here.
Yeah, this duplication of the characters is still getting to me.
That wasn't a nightmare.
Sure it was. Rest easy.
No. I was awake. I could hear you. I just couldn't move.
Aw.
I couldn't breathe. It was
Night terrors are
horrible.
rough.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
For real?
It used to happen when I was a teenager.
Sleep paralysis.
Weighing on your stomach?
Yep.
Yeah. On my chest. What was it?
I have fortunately only had it a few times.
Call it the ball. Because sometimes it
called
felt
the
like
night
the ball
hag.
was crushing me.
Oh. No, that didn't happen to me.
I wouldn't wish it upon you. For me, it resolved itself when I left the foster home. For you, it may be related to the nest.
But I don't want to leave the nest.
That's not what I meant. You're stuck to the bed. The nest is stuck to the ground. There must be something in that. You've been flying in this thing for years. I bet you're upset to see it in this condition.
No kidding. Which means that if we fix up the nest, this'll all go away?
Could be. Worst case scenario, the
Most
nest.
of these people have very throaty
Yeah. Well, I hope
voices with a decent amount of fry.
so I can get fixed up too.
Interesting. Sleep paralysis is thought to be caused by kind of a malfunction in your body's natural, like, I don't want to roll around when I'm dreaming. So, like, sleepwalking happens when you move around when you're asleep.
Now
and
we can see a lot clearer.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but that should do the trick for now. Now we just need to figure out how to level the nest. The tractoglobe is probably done charging. Let's bring it outside.
I can kind of pause. Sleepwalking is when you move around when you're asleep. Sleep paralysis is when you can't move around when you're awake.
Do you think it'll be enough to lift it?
That's one of the theories, anyway.
Because I have no idea what else we can do.
I know someone who recently had a sleepwalking kid that seems challenging. Or not challenging, but just like weird. Okay. Let's try. Is it not enough? Is that why I can't cook with it? Huh. So I can switch my RB, but not my LB. We've got the same amount of stuff. Why can only one of us... Okay. See, there's a certain minimum quantity you can put in. Huh. Okay, so unknown relationship points, unknown health points. The cooking together is so cute.
I don't get it. People always make a big deal about salty sweet, but never peppery sweet.
Peppery sweet's super great.
Anything would seem delicious to you, seeing your diet in the last few days.
True. But don't let that take away from your cooking
I
talent.
like a pepper jelly.
You're just wanting to finish my plate, aren't you?
Since you're offering.
Maybe I should make some bulldog ramen. Got some bulldog carbonara instant ramen packets that they're pretty fucking good.
You never told me. What did your mate look like?
I don't know.
Didn't you get her file from the matchmaker?
Yeah, I did, but I never really looked at it.
Seriously? You're not even curious?
Well, no. I already knew you,
Whatever. Come on. We'll look at it together.
if you wish.
So I think I would make the mouth of the 3D model not move and do the body acting with a 3D model and the like mouth movement and facial expressions with the portraits. I think that's how I'd go around that
Oh.
weird,
All right.
uncanny
Any other
pairing.
pictures?
Yeah.
She's kind of cute.
You think so?
Yeah. Definitely. Don't you?
This is a hard one. Too much makeup is kind of the shittiest way you can complain about someone's appearance. I mean, other than just, you know, being fat phobic or something. I'm not at all interested in jealousy being a part of this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that you mention it.
Ugh. As if you needed me to have an opinion about a girl.
I'm sorry. I have the most beautiful of them all with me. 24/7. I need a little bit of time so I can forget her face and give the other ones a chance.
You're such an idiot. Come on. Let's check her profile instead of this foolishness.
Don't check her
Let's see.
profile.
Interests. Reading, music, having a drink with my
She's
friends.
boring.
Whoa. Do you think you can handle such a strong personality?
That's harsh.
Job. Ocean biology research assistant at the University of Oxford.
Not as boring.
Okay. Looks like you two are made for each other.
No one is made for each other.
Good
The
answer.
kind of rhetoric the matchmaker uses.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But it still looks to me like that was a blooting good pick.
Really need to know what blute means.
Might.
Literally.
There's a difference.
The balance of time spent in this game is so interesting. Like, so much time is spent in these conversations that it's like It feels like this game has a huge unity of theme, and that its unity of mechanics is a little. I mean, it's fine to not have a unified thing, but it's got like twofold activities. You're doing two different activities that are very different, but they all are unified in theme. It's weird. So
Hey, we'll never be able to take off in these conditions. We absolutely have to finish repairing the nest.
Thanks for letting me know.
I always like seeing when a voice actor clearly made an executive decision. Like, the line was, "We simply must repair the nest," or something like that, and the actor said, "We have to," which is, I think, more natural.
You've already eaten too much.
I can never eat too much.
Okay? I've already eaten too much.
When do I get to really understand what the fuck is going on with all these systems?
What if we grabbed a little snack for the road?
I just tried to grab a little snack for the road.
Just in case.
Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know what this means. I can bring or not. Am I gonna lose this stuff if I die? Why am I... Huh. Find out. Just let me know if my volume is fine, if I'm shouting, anything like that. Did I miss when they talked about this?
Did it move?
No, I don't think so.
Balding bloot! Oh, it's over. It's not going back straight. We'll never be able to fix it. We are condemned to living on an
What's
incline
the Battlestar
forever.
Galactica swear?
One of our legs starts shrinking to even us out.
I'm not gonna correct her.
What's the issue exactly?
Well, the back pain will be crazy, for one. And also, I don't know about you, but I personally like having a reasonably symmetrical body.
I meant with the track-to-globe.
Ah, not enough power, it seems like. The battery drains out even before lifting the nest a centimeter off the ground. Although, to be fair, it was originally designed to lift cargo crates into ships, not the ships themselves.
What if we plugged it into a flow spring?
I thought about that, but we'd have to be able to seal the pipe shut. Unfortunately, I don't think they make gaskets for flow springs from a distant planet.
Perhaps we can make one.
With what? Paper mache?
Remember yesterday when I told you that rust scatters when it comes in contact with...
That was a
we could use
re-record
that feature to sculpt
line.
a gasket out of pieces of rust.
That line wasn't recorded in the same session.
I don't think I could sculpt a nude statue of you or a super complex component, but molding a gasket? That seems doable.
That's awesome!
Hold on, let's not start...
What the fuck?
Panties are pulled down.
Excuse me?
You've never heard of that?
That's what I said.
No.
Must be a truth thing then. That means let's not celebrate before we...
Yeah, I got it. Anyway, how much rust do you need in order to pull the panties down?
I don't know. 4 or 5 blocks like those we already got?
Okay, so let's try and find that.
I think we've got everything we need to mold a joint for the track-to-globe.
Thanks, buddy.
Ready when you are.
I'm just waiting on you. I can't wait to go.
Curse of being completionist. I'm just real quick gonna stock up on some stuff. Oh, this one kind of forks. Or maybe it doesn't fork, but... There was another one that started along the way? I don't know. And I got some food. And then go back. So, he is from Truth, whatever the Truth culture is. She does not seem to be. So there was a plant More apple dews, I think.
I got a big one.
Cute. Apple dew is a good name for a weird plant. Like, it's exactly the sort of name where you're like, it's kind of like an apple, kind of like a honeydew. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know, but that's what it seems like. All right. Okay, so we have 17 chunks. We need 7. We're good.
So?
Well, it fits. That's a good sign. Let's get this ball rolling.
What?
What? Haven't you heard of that one either?
Oh no, I have. It's just a really old-fashioned saying.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, that's worse.
Can you just switch on the Tractoglobe, please?
Okay.
Them being embarrassed is very cute. More rumbling in my controller. Oh, they set up like a little cradle for it. That's cute.
It worked!
We did it. Now, we just need to fix up the wings and the turbine and the hypopropellers and...
Don't be so cynical. Getting the nest out of the crevasse was quite a feat.
That sounds cynical. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I am genuinely delighted. I love fixing things up. But I don't think we need to get started right away.
That's a relief.
Oh. Okay, so we've got to fix the spaceship thing going on. I'm just... looking at other stuff. Anti-grav boots, fighting gloves. Okay. So, do I head back in? Do I... guess I probably head back in. Where, well, what else? What do I need to repair next? Okay.
We'll need to find the replacement parts.
So I'll need to find each of 6, 7 parts and sufficient rust of various kinds. Okay. What am I doing with my controller that's fucking my wrists up? I'll try this. All right. Let's go inside. Wonder how they met.
And done. It's all straightened out. Everything's tidy and clean.
Besides us, that is.
Yeah, we are kinda stinky. Off to the shower then?
Ah, Bloot.
What is it?
I just mobbed the bathroom.
Oh. Do you think we can marinate another 10 to 15 minutes in our own filth?
Honestly, can do.
Okay. Let's shower together.
You?
Yeah?
I see you've brushed your hair.
Oh, not showering together.
How can you tell?
It's not draining.
Sorry.
You can get a little thing you put over the drain that catches the hair. We are both at 180 out of 180 according to our medical station. I don't really have the food for
We've already eaten too much.
okay.
I
so
can
we're
never
good.
eat too much.
Okay? I've already eaten too much.
Do I go to sleep? Do we go back out? I don't know. I feel I don't have a feeling for the shape of this game to the extent that I don't know. I kind of don't know what a next step should be.
Kay, we need to talk.
Should I be worried?
Yes. No. Maybe. Promise me you won't be mad.
I can't promise anything without knowing what this is about.
It's about your skidding skills. Let's just say that you could
Relief.
use some extra training.
Okay, show me.
You're not mad?
Why would I be mad? I love to learn new things.
All right. Let's hop on a few threads to practice.
Is drifting to follow the thread without stopping. Okay. Oop. Okay. Let's try this again.
Skid! That's it! You did it! Let's do another one.
Okay.
Now!
I like how the two characters kind of give you a little more margin, because like if you're just off by a little bit,
Now!
then the other character will kind of move to take up the slack.
Skid!
It's kind of cool.
Now you have a handle on this. Perfect.
I have to say, I have an excellent teacher.
Well, you passed the test. Let's get back to business.
Don't know how to trigger a hug still. Okay. I guess I'll try heading elsewhere. Maybe that way? I think I haven't been this way. I like the having them hold hands, but in a very very loosely. Like when you're going straight, they'll hold hands. When you start moving around,
Why not?
Well,
They'll cross
we've already
over.
looked there, and I'm
Okay.
not sure what more we can find. We're looking for parts to fix the nest. It seems like we should search new places, don't you think?
Makes sense.
I saw another bridge a little further down. My guess is we're more likely to
I just
find
misremembered
stuff
which
over there.
which bridge.
Or bad stuff. I'm just saying, we'll find some stuff.
Dialogue's a little Whedon-esque, but I think it works. This grass is gorgeous. Like a lot of care put into this.
They must look so
Grass.
goofy right now.
Holding hands.
This way is also full of rust.
Not for long. Another bit of rust for your collection?
Oh, cool. I don't have this one yet.
So I know there's combat in this game because we've seen it. Like, I could see a 4-hour game that was just this. That was just like, let's fucking zoom around with our rocket skates. Oh,
Be careful. These creatures don't seem to be in their right.
wait. Is this a turn-based combat? Can't be. It is. Holy shit.
All right, that's it.
I did not expect this to be a JRPG.
Ooh.
Let's pacify.
First we weaken it, then we pacify it.
Okay.
Okay, so we're striking then.
Shield and impact.
Are you alright?
Cover me.
One of them is weakened. We should be able to pacify it.
Copy that.
Huh. Do we both have to pacify it?
Are you okay?
Okay.
Ooh,
Huh.
that's bad.
You!
Oh. I need to keep attacking. Okay.
I got this.
Shield up.
Oh, weird.
Right, that's it.
You block.
Oh, nice one.
This one's mine.
It's settled down. Now's the time.
This is complicated. I don't see a health bar. No, Lissa.
Boom.
Oh, but the fact that I'm yellow, I think maybe...
Perfect. That looks
means that
bad.
I'm low on health.
Gotta hurt.
Cover me. Target locked. Your turn.
I got this.
This one's ready.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
I like the game is being very clear. Don't worry. These animals aren't being killed. We're just calming them down. And even scratch them afterwards. So... Ooh, just kind of a continuous purr. Sorry about that. Status. Okay, so not terrible. Not in a terrible state. I'm at 115 out of 180. I wonder if...
Why'd you stop?
I have a stowaway on my sleeve.
I wonder if that was like an extra easy fight for the first one.
Bug?
Better. A seed. It must have hooked on when we brushed past the plant.
And it just so happens it chose the one with the green thumb. Clever seed.
Natural selection doing its work?
Do you think you're gonna plant it?
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't even know why I asked.
If we find enough of them, we could start a little vegetable patch at the nest.
I vote yes.
Motion approved unanimously. Just need to find some more seeds.
Easy enough, don't you think?
Not so sure. If these plants have few natural predators, they might have somewhat of a slow reproductive process. We'll just need to keep an eye out.
You can count on me.
That feels like we consulted a biologist.
I just
Little
can't
factoid.
imagine you spotting seeds right out of the wilderness.
Says the guy who's incapable of finding his stuff when it's right under his nose.
That's not the same. I mean, plants are kind of my specialty.
So? I know what a seed looks like, don't I?
I'm on U's side on this one.
I'm sure I'll find more than you.
Okay, nope, never mind. Not anymore. Don't get competitive. Come on.
Wanna bet?
Don't tempt me.
Okay. I think I saw... Yeah. Oh, the long one.
Zip! Into the back.
It was fun. I like this. Okay.
What does she want from us?
Okay. Weird. This is a fucking... Oh, right. Fuck. I need to shield.
Shielding.
Perfect!
What is impact?
Government, dodge this one!
Okay. So as long as one of us is shielding, the other one
I got your back. Get back!
can do stuff.
All right.
What's the difference between blast and impact? Oh, I need to shield again.
Got this.
You better. Oh no, you don't.
You started it. Let's get it over with.
And done.
When do I impact and when do I blast?
You're safe.
Yes!
There's sort of a weird timing involved in this combat.
Wow.
I guess I should...
Cover me. You know what to do.
On it.
pacify these.
That didn't seem to bother him much. Great job.
You're welcome. One to go.
Okay. Oh!
You! Chill.
Is it down now?
Not yet.
Nope.
Shield up.
Blammo! I don't even think he felt that.
He didn't like that too
Okay.
much.
So we want to use combat against this, impact against this guy. I'm not sure why. How do I know that impact is the one to use?
Harvest time.
You?
Yep. Saw that. That was easy.
Oh. Very dramatic departure from the fight. Boba nut seeds. Okay.
Another seed. 2-0 is a pretty good start.
Hey, the first one didn't count.
What? Why didn't it count?
We hadn't started the contest.
I concur.
Okay. 1-0. But that's only because I know I'll win.
And that is exactly what will cause your downfall.
I guess this is fine, but I don't want to be in this sort of competition with my partners. Okay. Did I lose her? Okay.
And more rust.
You can never have too much.
I need to remember I can flip, like I can do a U-turn. The turn is interesting because I can't easily affect the pitch of the turn. So like, it's not that I get more maneuverability, it's that I turn sharper, if that makes sense, which is an interesting distinction. Ooh, is this a fight? Yeah. Okay.
You're safe.
Nice.
Got it.
Bam!
Are you all...
Bam!
I got this.
That looks fast.
Next time.
Target.
Watch out.
This one's ready.
I got this. Oh, that's bad. My shit.
Dodge this one.
Nice shot.
Done and done.
I won't be... One to go.
Yeah, I still don't feel like I have a good feel for when I should impact and when I should
I'm on it.
blast. It looks like I only need one person to pacify per animal to pacify.
We're that good. And now he's back to being sweet. Seems like it was the rust that made him aggressive.
Okay.
Any idea why?
It could just be because they're uncomfortable. If the rust hurts them, that would explain why they're turning violent. But
Watched a Jackson Galaxy YouTube video earlier.
they're not fighting amongst themselves.
Talking about being like, the reason this cat is
Somewhere like a parasite.
being aggressive is because it's hurting or something like that. It's like, yeah. Okay, I'll probably go back to the ship after this and maybe take a bio break myself.
Pheromones.
You could also say, I don't know. I'd understand.
Okay, I don't know.
You hear that, Oink? You're a scientific mystery. Oink. His name is Oink now. Whoa, Kay. Your face is all swollen.
You should see the other guy.
Idiot.
But don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Now we just need to find a place to lay low and clean up these wounds.
Would the nest work?
Certainly.
Oh, okay. So how do we... So we're not near the nest right now. Navigation is going to be tricky, I feel. Until I get a map. Because I don't... These environments aren't distinct enough for me to feel like I have a good feel for, like... like landmarks or anything.
2 to nothing.
Okay, beginner's luck. But watch out. It won't last.
So maybe if I switch to you, any seeds I get will be credited to her score. The holding hands is so cute. Oh. Looks good. Kinda hungry. Alright.
Alright, give me those medical plants of yours. Time to fire up the synthesizer. With this thing, we'll be right back on our feet.
Are you sure you know how?
I have a synthesizer in my ship. Of course I know how these work.
No, wait, that's not the way.
I know what I'm doing.
Really? Because at this stage, you should...
Ugh! Look, I've always done it this way, and it's always worked out. You're not gonna tell me how to use my own synthesizer.
All right. All right, as you wish.
This is what happens when you move in together too quickly. I think. Synthetize. It's a synthetizer. Oh, weird. It's like a combination of ingredients. Pepper pills. Sure.
Haha! There! What do you say about that?
All right. I didn't know you could also do it that way.
And?
Sorry I doubted you.
And?
I love you?
Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but it'll do.
Alright, can I heal myself here? Oh, okay. Have to use efficient if you believe in that stuff, pepper pills. So you do have to use resources to heal. That's cool. I like that. I like that, like, that makes the foraging feel like it matters more, right? Because, like, if you could just heal up when you got home, it'd be like, why am I fucking collecting all these pepper plants? All right, where's the garden? I know I saw it around here. Here. Okay, not yet accessible. Synthetize. Can bathe, but not all the time. Could use another pepper pill, really. Or we could cook. Let's try and cook. Because I think we can do the boba nuts now. That's a weird looking recipe. Glazed boba, sure. Put in fridge or cook more. Huh.
We've already eaten too much.
Okay. So we can only eat like
Too much.
Okay.
once a day, maybe?
I've already eaten too much.
What does sleeping do? Can we sleep? Still don't have a feel for the rhythm of this game. Like, what's
So,
When do I use one attack versus another? When should I be sleeping?
Starters, it says it's not a rock.
really? It's not living, is it?
No, it's not mineral or organic.
So, what is it?
Going straight to the hard questions. But that is not how science works.
How does it work then?
First of all, you formulate a hypothesis. Then you build an experiment to test this hypothesis. You observe, and you learn.
So I think the voice acting for this game had one long set of sessions with good equipment, and then some fill-in work with kind of not as good equipment. Which, if this came out late 2020, that would make sense, because that would be, oh no, the pandemic happened. We need to do voice recording without access to a voice recording studio. So because that his voice, Kay's voice in this conversation feels just sounds a little flatter, more normalized, less nuanced than it usually does.
Okay, then what have you learned?
That I'm lacking imagination regarding hypotheses? One thing we know for sure is that rust particles scatter immediately when in contact with flow. I'd like to observe this reaction more closely.
Right, it kind of sounds like his mouth's too close to the mic.
You can do that next time. Right now, you should go to bed.
Already? What time is it?
No idea, but I know I'm sleepy, and I want my snuggles before I crash.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you heal some when you sleep. And I just
Alright. You
unlocked
can open your eyes.
something.
Surprise anniversary!
Okay, now her voice sounds off.
I meant to say surprise, and then I thought, happy anniversary. I panicked.
Whose anniversary is it?
It's
They did a
my
great job at
anniversary.
smoothing it over.
1 month on Source.
I think I want already. I think that's the
Already?
diplomatic answer.
Yeah, I mean, give or take a few days.
It went by fast.
Yeah, remember the time we almost died crashing on this planet?
And the time we almost died in an earthquake?
Yesterday.
The time we almost died fighting that critter.
Also yesterday.
I hope this is only the beginning. And that I'll have many more.
I guess the earthquake was 2 days ago.
Aren't you a charmer? So, are you gonna open your present?
Is it a map?
Well, our present.
Sure.
Looks like it might be a map.
What is it?
Fermented apple juice.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. There's options. One of the accessibility options is autoplay dialogues. Okay, that will help. Because I am definitely not going to stop talking over this game. So this will mean that it won't keep autoplaying.
I stuck them in the soaker tub to accelerate the process.
What does that mean?
I'm calling it apple brew.
It's all right.
Do you think that it's any good?
Well, worst case scenario, we just wasted some apple juice. No big deal.
Should we open it now?
We can open it whenever you want.
Okay, so we got booze. Shall we celebrate? And is this like leveling up? Both their eyes are not normal human eye color. Okay, let me take a break. I'll stretch a bit, refill my water. So be a few minutes, and then we'll resume. And I don't know. I have no idea of the scope and shape of this game, so I will be right back. That's not the right button. It should be the right button. Yeah, it is the right button. Okay, just... Yeah. All right. BRB.
Life's a foolish game. Do you ever feel the same? Well, maybe we could change. Turn the ship another way. Feel it in the darkness. We're sailing right into those jagged cliffs. Yeah. Some say we've always been insane. Hey, life's a foolish game. Simple equation for an enclosed system. Natural world gone missing, plus all our CO2 emissions equals degradation, waste and shifts and mass extinctions. Oh no. But maybe we can change, we sure can't stay the same, 'cause life's a foolish, foolish game. Possible solution, rewire our connection, maybe less consumption, emerging from a mind of isolation, revalue all that we've been given. God don't work on commission, we make up one big breathing chain, we're quite the same. Hey, life's a foolish, foolish game. Life's a foolish game. Do you ever feel the same? Well, maybe we can change and turn the ship another way. Take less than we've been given if we move in that direction. Yeah.
All right. I'm back, I think. Oh, not in the game. Is that why I don't have audio? Okay, I do have audio. Did a little impromptu yoga, got some water. All right, if you are just joining us, I am Gregory Avery Weir. This is Future Proof Plays. Avery MD in chat is my partner in game development. You can find all of our stuff at futureproofgames.com. This game we did not make. This is Haven from the Game Bakery, and it's super cute. Anything else I want to say? In case it wasn't clear, probably not going to be, definitely not going to be playing this whole game. It's just like based on just how long people say the game is going to take to beat. Not going to probably play another hour, maybe. Some news that we have is at Future Proof Games. First, Twitter has been causing us some problems. Twitter is shutting down some of its, or changing some and shutting down other of its support for like APIs, which is interacting with other programs. One of the things that they've been weird about is authorization. So Exploit Zero Day. If for our web game Exploit Zero Day, you have been using Twitter to log in, you should add another identity in your profile, add another way to log in. That can be email and password. That can be Google. Do we do Facebook? I think we've got one other. But add one of those because if we're going to be doing an update to our Twitter stuff to support their new API, but if it breaks after that, we're not going to fix it because fuck Twitter. So heads up, if Twitter is how you connect to EZD, add another way to connect because it might break at any time. If it does break and you can't log in, it's not the end of the world. We can help support you and get your account working again. But because we can base it off of your email address, which we take. So yeah, go to that link in chat. It's exploit0day.com/accounts/me, and you can fix it up. Other than that, I mean, if you're a user of Melissa's Granny Square Colors generator, it already has had Twitter break on it, and Twitter is not helping figure out what's going on. So that is definitely a case where things are just breaking, and it's annoying. Pictures are cute. Also, clearly concept art and stuff. Yeah, they just shut your shit down. It's bad. I guess another thing to mention is that I'm super excited about an update that's coming out to the game Warframe. They're releasing their Plains of Duviri update, which, or the Duviri Paradox, I guess, is what it's called. And that sounds cool. And I might stream it on Wednesday when it comes out, if I feel up to it. So there might be an informal stream probably Wednesday afternoon with me working through the new stuff. They added a roguelite mode to Warframe, kind of a Slay the Spire-y or Hadesy make your build thing. So keep an eye out for that. We'll talk about our next stream at the end of this stream. It'll probably be I can't see it right now. Early May, in 2 weeks. So that'll be Melissa. Oh, that's right. You did make Has Twitter Filed for Chapter 11 Yet.com. May 6th will be Melissa's stream. Maybe it's revenge for making a joke about Twitter. That's how they operate these days. All right. So let's celebrate.
To us.
To us.
How is it?
Hey, that's really good, actually.
Oh, nice.
That's really strong, too. Do you remember the first time you talked about leaving the apiary?
Of course. I'd had a shouting match with my mom. I was just angry.
Oh, before that.
Before?
We had landed the nest on a hilltop, we were stargazing, and you said, "Come on, let's go." I haven't stopped thinking about it since that day. I think that's what pushed me to dig into the Astro Company archives, which led me to find the coordinates of Source. I wanted to be ready for the day.
Wait, when was that?
I don't remember. Right at the beginning, you and your mom got in a fight. You hopped into the nest at night, and you picked me up at my house.
That's exactly what she was talking about.
To the uplands.
Yes! The uplands! That's it!
Oh, dude, I remember. It was in Frocember. It was super cold out.
Frocember isn't real. Sorry. I'll believe that your culture has created the swear word "blued." I do not believe that you have a month named Frocember. Although, I suppose we do have a month named December, which means the 10th month, and it is our 12th month, so, you know.
I was freezing. I just wanted to get back into the nest. That's why I said, let's go. And since you didn't respond, I thought you wanted to stay outside, so I didn't push it. I actually caught a beast of a cold that night.
This is a cute,
Wait, so that means
sort of misunderstanding, misremembering that does happen in relationships.
that night.
It wouldn't have changed a thing.
Well, still. That means we would have never known about Source. We would have never come all the way here.
I'm not buying your story.
Huh?
Why were we stargazing that night? You spent the entire night pointing out this and that constellation to me.
For December will be what you call the month you cut your locks off. Yes. Brotober. Not for me.
Wondering if there might be other inhabitable planets outside of the apiary.
Not interested in compulsory Brotober.
Other forms of life? You were completely obsessed with the sky. I was even trying to open up about my issues, but you barely listened. And off you went again, chattering about the comets, the microorganisms, or whatever. So, keeping in mind that you had access to this data about Source, and the fact that you are K, do you really think you would have never stumbled upon this planet anyway?
You might be right. Was I really that annoying?
Yes. I came to see you that night because I needed someone. I had nowhere else to go. But at the time, I regretted it. I was actually thinking it would be the last time we saw one another. But you insisted. And the following week, you came to see me in the evening with your little homemade cookies. We chatted all night. And I do believe that is when I fell in love.
Really? The cookies? That's what made you fall in love?
In my defense, they were some excellent cookies.
I'd fall in love over cookies.
No, idiot, it wasn't the cookies. It was the thoughtfulness. I was sick, my nose was all swollen, croaking voice. I was a mess. And you just showed up, without me asking. I'd only known you for barely 3 weeks. You took care of me. You baked me some cookies.
If you're thinking about running off with someone for less than, when you've known them for less than 3 weeks, Kay, you're, I don't know, down bad.
You stayed and chatted all night, even though it was pretty clear nothing would happen. And you kept
Something
on making
happened.
me laugh, even though it hurt every time I laughed. I hated you.
What was it? Did you fall in love or did you hate me?
Well, they're not mutually exclusive. Kinda like salty sweet.
Here, give me a taste.
It's cute. It's cute. Oh, and we are affectionate, so affectionate that we can do gliding tricks now. Give me a taste of that salty sweet. Her looking at him is cute. Alright. So our health is doing alright. How do we... I don't have any control on this screen. I don't... Hopefully it'll tutorialize jumps, because I don't know jumps yet. Excuse me. I really want a better understanding of what my attacks mean. I It doesn't seem to matter, but... Okay, so we can bring food with us. Okay. Let's, unless we can plant something. Nope. Okay, let's head out. Let's go. Okay, so up on the mountain is forward.
We just need to find stuff
Where's
to
the new
repair the
stuff?
nest now.
We just need to? Hey, isn't that Oink? That is definitely him. That's Oink.
What's happening, big guy? Why are you here? You missed us, didn't you?
I bet he felt lonely on his empty islet.
You do realize that we can't take you along on our journeys, don't you? That would be too exhausting for you.
But you can stay with us next to the nest if you want.
We're gonna end up with a whole zoo here, aren't we?
Though.
The game's so cute and gorgeous. Like, there's like all the color. It's great.
I don't like walking.
Some things are worse than walking. Like running.
That's true. I can't even remember the last time I ran.
Thank you, technology.
Some people like running. Got a spammer in chat. Oh, also crypto spammer. That's no good.
And 3.
Damn it.
You're not even letting me take a look.
I meant to switch to her so that she would get some seeds.
I have to say, it's much nicer this way.
Okay, so do I have to do tricks? Okay. Yeah, it's
Well, I have to admit, I just flipped once.
Oh yeah, so did I. It's a double because there's 2 of us.
too fucking cute.
Okay.
Seems like if I get air in some other way, I can do tricks in midair by doing like controls. By doing controls, yeah.
Do you see what I'm seeing?
What?
Straight ahead. An aerial flow thread.
Divorced Thanos' dad confirmed that he owned an emerald mine? Huh.
Oh, yeah. Do you think it could carry us all the way up there?
Only one way to find out.
Okay. I'm gonna collect some plants first, though.
I thought it smelled good around here. Do we still need rest?
Of course. It's always useful.
Oh, damn. Alright. One of us shield. One of us hit.
Cover me. Dodge this.
Gotta release the shield. I can't just have the shield charged.
You got it!
Cover me.
Go, girl!
Are you okay?
My shield is out!
Aha! Not yet.
Okay.
Take that. You know what to do.
On it. Next time, you're blocking.
Musk promised crypto to anyone who could prove that his father owned a diamond mine. Great. Or an emerald mine. Ugh,
I won't be able to.
No way!
piece of shit.
Keep him coming. Watch out.
Are you okay? This one!
Next time you're blocking.
Bam! Eat it! He's fighting back!
It's unclear to me
We need to change our strategy.
how...
Great job!
You're welcome.
Yeah, the combat's... I like this sort of combat generally. I just don't quite get...
This one's mine.
Like, I don't know what the 5 shields are. Okay, so he's vulnerable to blast, not impact. Can we
Oh, come on.
team up?
Awesome!
Yeah, okay.
Target locked. Aha!
You?
Yep, saw that.
Yeah, just like when you block, a shield pops up with a number on it,
We make a good team.
and I don't know what that means. Aw, you're cute as hell. Weird little fairy cat cow thing.
We almost missed this one.
No, don't pet again, please. I just wanted to pick up plants. Okay. Now, where was that? Aerial thread. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Works. Oh, huh.
Seems like that's the highest we'll get.
Okay.
That wasn't too far off. Look, there's another bridge over there.
Ugh, but I wanted to go all the way up.
We'll have to lay off the apple dues then.
So am I gonna get more air?
We're
Huh.
too heavy.
Nah, this aerial thread is just too fragile.
All sorts of things this game just doesn't fucking explain.
There's always a full moon.
So?
That's a fight.
There's still more.
There's been some stuff talking about campsites that I'm curious about. Okay, need to drift to turn this corner. Okay. These threads are interesting because they sort of serve the purpose of
For here or to go?
To go.
kind of directing you places.
Another thing from home. How many do you think Exanova built before they realized it wouldn't work?
Two already seems like a lot. Throwing money around isn't exactly within the company culture. Neither is canceling a project for that matter. I'm not surprised that everyone remained discreet about this whole failed colonization business.
I am surprised by the fact my mom has never mentioned it to me. I don't think Exanova wins colonization contracts on the regular.
These buildings look kind of old. Your mom may not have been head of the company then.
Okay, she is the daughter of the head of the company.
With the company at all.
Yeah, that's possible. Still, it's weird.
Agreed. I guess we'll figure it out eventually.
Okay, so there's a fight.
Enemy spotted.
Multiple things to fight. Can I escape? Looks like I can. Okay,
Lost him.
cool. But presumably we get XP for it, so. I'm gonna, I think, move on just to kind of see more. See what more of the... Well, although maybe if I do those fights, I'll find out more about that. Those ruins. I don't know. I'll move on.
What was that noise?
Ugh, my stomach. It needs to be fed soon.
That was cool, like the whole lake shore here. That's neat. Oh, that looks interesting.
Did you feel that?
Do we agree this thing does not look very natural?
Yeah. It's probably satellite debris or a rocket propeller. This part of space is a real dump.
I don't know. This stone circle around it still looks weird to me.
This? These aren't stones. They're Bryum's Mollis Mollis. Bloofs, for short.
Bloofs?
Yeah, because when you sit on them, it goes.
I was hoping we'd learn the origin of bloot.
Ooh, I like.
Oh,
Kind of gross.
I think I could fall asleep right here. You? You?
Who? What? I told you I'm not going back. Go bloot yourselves!
You. It's me. I think you fell asleep.
Oh, sorry. These bloofs are way too comfortable. You can't leave me here.
You can't introduce blue when you're already got bloots. It just...
If we ever need to sleep under the stars, we'll know where to come.
Okay, so maybe this is a... Okay, this is a campsite. Okay. Huh. A little rice cooker. It's cute. Bloogs. It's pronounced blog. Boba apple dew broth. Sure. Oh, not a rice cooker. Instapot.
You know what we should have packed?
Marshmallows?
My guitar.
You have a guitar?
Well, yeah.
Where is it?
At my house. On top. Well, I guess these days I can't really call it my house.
Another voice actor choosing a more conversational version of the line.
Or even say it's my guitar.
I didn't know that you played.
To be honest, I wouldn't really say that I play. My mother's had me take courses when I was little. I took them for 2 years and then I got...
She's got mothers.
I never touched it again. I even called it an old-timey instrument. But I don't know. Now, with the campfire and everything, I wish I could pull it out.
Oh, I would have played along on the harmonica.
Because you play the harmonica?
No. But since we're imagining things, let's get on with it.
Yeah, you're
mean,
right.
You can learn how to play the harmonica's decently easy to learn how to play the basics.
Could have founded a band.
Easier than the guitar, I think.
The #1 band on Source.
Oh boy, U and K trio. Don't like that. A Yuki.
A Yuki! It's an anagram of UNK.
Yeah, I got that. I was thinking more along the lines of the flow phantasm.
Very poetic.
I like a game where your choices don't always matter.
Why not? Bite the rust.
Not bad. Dual flow.
Shattered.
$10,000 pieces.
Fugue.
Just reciting band names.
Space caress.
Oh, yeah, I definitely like that.
We are so space caress now. We'll bring the house down.
Next to this weird ass fungus.
We just need to find stuff to repair the nest now.
We just need to?
What sort of health situation are we dealing with? 93, fuck. Okay, so shielding must take health. Yeah, okay, so it's like a defense move. Take health, but reduced health. Can I guess can I? Okay, oh, right. The food that doesn't have rattle pepper in it doesn't seem to heal health. Resting does, but...
Now I'm hungry.
I know, right?
If that doesn't get us back...
Not sure about you, but
I can't, okay. I can't cook. I can't synthesize here.
Desperate times call for...
I don't heal again. Oh, no, I do heal again. Okay, so you can kind of very slowly
to find stuff to repair the nest now.
we just need
get
to.
back to full. Presumably, there will be better options later on. Alright, is there...
You know, you
this
can use
is-
these boots for drifting. It makes
I know.
Sorry. I'm still not completely used to this model.
This is a very soothing game for me. Like, I like just kind of flying around, exploring, doing cool swoops. I really like this lake planet, lake island. Right.
Yum.
So I feel like kind of seeing that campsite has helped me feel like I understand a little bit more how this game is going to work.
Should we take a break?
Indeed.
Oh,
If you told me one day I'd be millions of lumsec from the apiary watching rocks flying by,
Beautiful, isn't it?
I'd say intriguing. I'm trying to figure out how it works.
I'm pretty sure you don't know how nucleosynthesis works either. But you can still appreciate the stars in the sky.
That's true. It could be worse.
Yeah. Actually, this is all thanks to the matchmaker.
huh. I can see a little weird artifacting around. I don't know if it's visible on the stream. There's some interesting artifacting around their portraits. There's like some vertical and horizontal smears here. Some sort of consequence of compression, maybe? Or is that a stylistic thing? I don't know. Weird.
What?
Think about it. Imagine the matchmaker had put us together. We would have spent our boring lives in the apiary without surprise, and we would have never ended up here, together, watching rocks flying by.
This is no joking matter. For all we know, the apiary is hot on our trail right now. If they find us and they bring us back, we'll see how much you want to thank the matchmaker.
That was just a turn of phrase.
Not a good one. All right, come on. Let's go.
And they do definitely still have to like learn how to express. Oh,
Yes. Thank you.
they just healed by kissing. Still need to learn to communicate more effectively, I feel like. I don't actually want to leave this island. Okay, where was the... Cool up here. Do a cool trick. That seemed like that did it just automatically. Something else on this island. Okay.
Are you okay? Enjoying the view?
Definitely.
Likes looking at her ass. There's still something on that island? No, that's some food. I really like the music. Grooving in an interesting way. Let's see, so I was over there. Anything else? There's something to collect.
That was the last one.
Okay. I don't feel confident being able to say, oh, this is where I came in and this isn't.
You know what? Walking is nice too. That way, you have time to enjoy all the little bugs crawling around.
I'm not seeing any bugs.
That means we're walking too fast.
Cannot walk any slower than this. The game will not let me. Maybe the wiggly ones I haven't been to yet?
Where we came from.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Right, I know.
I appreciate that. They had to draw different gender versions of all those pictures, I bet. Whoa, what the fuck is that? Hey, buddy.
I feel like she's avoiding us.
We supposed to sneak up on her?
Are you sure you know where we're going?
I think
No.
so.
I don't know where I'm going.
Did I just see that thing eat up a flow thread?
Sure did. That's probably why these creatures don't seem affected by the rust.
Good for them. But I hope they're sparing some for others. Us, namely.
Ah. Interesting. This is a big island. Oh, that's a big monster.
I'm not sure what his toy did to him, but I wouldn't like to be in its place.
Alright, I think I'll fight this thing and then call it.
Isn't that...
What?
Let's get a closer look.
Doesn't sound like a good idea.
Okay. It would seem that he's not gonna share his
Okay,
toy.
let's try double impact.
What did I tell you?
Which is out.
Take that! He's too impervious.
We should coordinate our attacks.
Oh, there's a timing component to that. That's cool.
I think we found the right technique. All set.
Now!
Are you all right?
Ha! I'm sure he felt that.
On your mark.
Now! You want some more?
I like this duo attack.
Go, go, go! Boom, baby!
It does kind of feel like we're doing the same thing again and again. Okay. That's 120.
Ready. Oh, Blute! Go, girl! 3, 2, 1.
Now!
Let's get it over with.
Okay.
And done.
You?
Yep, saw that.
Kind of simple, but has some interesting shit to it. Oh, that one's cool. One's sealed.
You left this toy behind.
It's a ship part, presumably.
That's not a toy. Looks like...
A robot?
Almost. It's a Draka. Drone for autonomous cartography. Very old tech. The kind we sent out to Beauty before it was integrated to the apiary.
Oh.
Seems like they pondered integrating Source for a while as well.
What does that mean?
They changed their minds.
Could be the fact that this planet is scattered like a puzzle.
Oh, this is my map. This is my map.
Probably was a factor. The Draka may hold some answers.
You're kidding.
No, really. Stuff from that era was built tough. We may be able to boot it back up. Okay. I might have spoken a bit quickly. The flow circuits are completely fried. But look at what I was able to salvage.
Oh, maybe not. Anti-grav
The
sticks.
anti-grav chips don't seem to be damaged. I should be able to make them compatible with our boots by tweaking the connectors a bit.
Just let us go higher,
Whoa.
or let us jump.
Even better, the mapping module is also working
Also a map. Good.
perfectly. If I plug that into the glove's power source, it should... Boom! This should be very helpful for finding our way around the bits of land.
You never cease to impress me.
Ah, that's nothing really. These old machines are plain and simple astronautical engineering. Not like the new stuff with boronic nano components everywhere.
I like sci-fi, how sci-fi agrees that,
So, that way we can map out the different bits?
okay.
And
Landmarks and shit.
we can make our way back to the nest a lot easier. Hey, it says there's another bridge in this area.
Perfect. That way we can test if your thingy works.
I like that sci-fi all agrees that we will always be talking about how older equipment was easier to repair and easier to understand, and that the new stuff is just harder to work with. Which is correct, right? Like, that's how
Come on.
it will be. Oh, having that active is not great.
Another one.
So presumably there's some way to... Okay. Nope. Bye. Do 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 do.
We're too quick for them.
Oh, hey, another structure.
Hey, are you sure they canceled the colonization? Because we've come across a lot of infrastructure at this point.
I'm just telling you what I read in the archives.
Could it be that the archives are lying? Of course they could be.
All right. I think maybe I'll call it there. I really like this game. It's very chill, pleasant time spent flying around. I'll probably look up. Oh wow, how combat works. They don't quite get how I'm supposed to tell which ability to use, but yeah. So this, yeah, y'all are gonna need to stop doing that. This has been Future Proof Plays. We do this every couple of weeks. Melissa will be doing one in 2 weeks or so. To be determined what the game is. I think there are some good candidates. And also, I'm probably going to maybe. I won't say probably. Considering streaming the new Warframe release when it comes out. It should be a good thing to see. Should be interesting, visually interesting at least. So yeah. Beyond that, this has been Haven. It's from the Game Bakers. It's real super fucking cool. I recommend checking it out. I think that if you watched and it seemed like you are interested in it, grab it. I think that this streams very well, and I think it's probably easy to figure out what it's like from looking at it. I am gonna look up how combat works though, because it does not explain that very well at all. So yeah, you can follow all of our stuff a few different ways. We have a podcast that we do every couple months. We'll probably be doing one next month in May. If you want to hear us talk about what we're up to, if you would rather read, we do an email newsletter, again, every couple months. We just put one out. So you can subscribe to that if you go to futureproofgames.com, or Lissa will put a link in chat. And we do still have a Twitter account. We have still been posting streams on it, but who knows when with that will keep happening. I at least am liking co-host. If you go to cohost.org/FPG, you can follow us there. It's a cool, I'd say a Tumblr-like with some good policies. And then, yeah, you can also follow Melissa, Avery MD, or myself here on Twitch, and you can get info when we're streaming. And I think that's it. If there's anything I've forgotten, please drop it in chat, Lissa. Other than that, yeah, you can check out. We're moving towards a new update on Exploit Zero Day. So if you are interested in checking out that game, you can go to exploitzeroday.com and play for free. There's a bunch of story already there that you can play for free on the web. Recommend doing it on a PC, on a laptop or a desktop, not on a tablet would be fine, but not on a phone will work. But not all of the puzzles are great on phones. So yeah, I will. Final reminder: if you are signed into Exploit Zero Day using Twitter, add a second account, a second identity in your profile page. Either log in with Google, Facebook, or email and password. Because if we lose Twitter login, it's going to be a little minor, slightly more inconvenient to have another way to log in. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope to see you again later. Have a lovely rest of your Saturday.